Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Sitting here in the gaming closet, the bloody curtain fell down again, so I gotta fix that. Just as I was sitting down, and think, but anywho, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my day and what I was doing and all that. Alright, so first things first. The brief time I was downstairs at the cookout my family was having / my brother's birthday party. You know, again, happy birthday to my brother once more, and thank you for Luke for bringing some happiness into Sean's heart, because yeah, I can contone that the day wasn't all that flawless for Sean. I was looking at all this, and I'm observing it, and it was rough. I can agree, I can atone with him with that, it was rough. That's sadly one of the things about growing up nowadays. You can't expect too much anymore. Like me, I can't expect too much anymore. You know? I might like stuff, might like to obtain stuff, but you know what? That kid in me died a long time ago. You know, stuff like the Famicom, the NES, you know, the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, the TurboGrafx-16, the Game Boys, and all that. That's all stuff for, you know, for the young kid in us. How does it reflect us as human beings? It just shows that we play video games. You know, we play a game that requires sometimes accuracy or sometimes sitting on your ass and observing it. But one thing's perfectly clear, you know, a lot of stuff you cannot expect as much as you do when you're growing up. You know, my 22nd birthday, I didn't expect a lot. You know, I don't expect a lot of things from people. I don't. It isn't that I think any less of people because I don't think that much from people, because you know what, my mood and my tone for myself when it comes to receiving gifts mellowed out. It's one of those type of things as part of growing up. You gotta learn to accept to let the younger generation embellish what you got when you were younger. A lot of people know this and experience. A lot of people still have that kid in them, that little niche of kid in them that makes them healthy. You know, makes them healthy, hippity jippity zippity, you know, all that. And I learned that, you know, you can want stuff all the time, but it doesn't mean you're gonna get them. My brother's case, though, is that he wanted a PS3. He wanted one for his 30th birthday. He wanted one with a passion. He really wanted something, a big bang, to feel that young zip again. Because I know what Sean's intentions were. You know, he just really wanted, you know, new gen console to hang out with his friends on communicating wise with people on YouTube and make new friends potentially, or play new gen games. Because Sean's a gamer, he can play whatever, right? That's Sean's really his intentions. He just wanted to, you know, keep that kid in him, that sanity he had left, you know. Me, quite frankly, I couldn't care about the paperweight PS3. But here's what, basically my brother hasn't got the PS3 yet. Yeah, we know it's that big long story of it got repaired. You see, most of that was a decoy. It was set as a decoy. So that way Sean doesn't expect what we really did. But see, my mother broke it to him, then I broke it to him. He's already aware of what happened, so now he just has to patiently wait, sadly. So, alright, so here's the dealio. My parents and I put money together to have Sony officially repair the console. So he can have a console that has a 90-day warranty. It got repaired by a professional, so that way there's no worry, no wimp in his mind, and anyone else's for that matter, because it's covered by 90-day warranty. And, which is 3 months. And, you know, we got him something, because you know what? Sean purchased his PS3 because he wanted it. My parents could not afford that. Hell, I couldn't even afford to get anyone like that, anything that expensive. My brother got it at a reasonable price, but there was a price to pay for not waiting for something. You know, I'm not saying this to him to be a dickhead, to be a smartass, to be obscure to him, to be mean to him, or anything like that. You know, this isn't what it's about. That's already in the past with that aspect of why the heck did he have to buy that, and why couldn't he save his money to wait for a brand new one or something. But with that said, you know, my brother means well with it. He really wanted something for his 30th. He wanted that to feel special for himself. Again, as you take note. You know, and I wanted to see him at least have that spark. My mother wanted to see him have that spark. My dad wanted to see him have that spark. That's why me, my dad, and my mother pitched in and got the PS3 repaired. It costed $50 extra, because if we were to buy a used PS3 drive, when the fuck's that gonna do good for us, you know? And the guy from Fall River, he was charging way more than what Sony would have paid, because obviously the guy has this he calls it the instant fix for repairing it, but it was like, just ship it to Sony, whatever. So we pitched in the extra $50, and my brother never went at a loss for it. You know, it's just, my brother is very, I'm not trying to be mean to him, or I'm just being honest with him. He's kind of impatient with certain things, because of the excitement inside of him. He's excited. And that's basically what it is. So I can understand Sean's frustration. I can understand how he feels about his 30th. You know, my 30th is going to come and go, because I don't, honestly, by the time I reach 30, guys, I'm going to be so mellowed out and chilled. I'm going to look at a console and go, cool. You know, that's about it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to mellow it out even more than I am now. But at least Luke was able to pull through for him for today, for now. You know, because obviously my brother is the type of guy that if he wants something, he wants to obtain it his own way. He can't wait for anything. You know, that's how my brother is. He's straightforward with you. And that's just how he is. Again, you know, sometimes he gets himself into trouble with, you know, the PS3. That was the example. And you know what? We got him out of that, you know. He wanted that. He was about to sell it back for $100 for some jerk. And the jerk could have paid $150, paid about $250, and he would have got himself a PS3. My brother would have been shit out of luck, because he wouldn't have had a PS3. That's how we thought about it. You know, going for a loss versus something that could be easily fixed for $100, $150. Because, you know what, no matter what, if you would have paid for that Blu-ray drive anyway, but it would have been paired. Because, you know, we want to see Sean happy. It isn't that we're this big, maniacal, evil family from hell. That isn't what it's about. You know, my brother, you know, grew up, he used to buy a lot of stuff for himself. He had this job, then he had these jobs at like supermarkets, and he was, you know, kicking ass. Then he settled down with a family. That began to slow down because he had a family, because he couldn't quite get over that hill sometimes, and he wanted to, you know, get these games because he likes experimenting with new technology. He likes playing around with all of it. You know, he loves technology, as you can tell by his house, you know. He loves building computers. He loves consoles. You know, he's a very humble, nice guy. My brother. He'll do anything for you. He's just like Luke. You know, with me, I'm the type of guy that I'll try my damnedest to help you out. You know, it might not be the way exactly how you expected it, but I try my best. You know, without throwing myself into here like I'm supposed to be this big glorified hero from everything. You know, this isn't what it's about either. You know, either way, wish my brother a happy birthday. Everyone else on here, a happy 4th of July. You know, because I'm not happy about, you know, everyone kind of didn't get Sean anything, exception to Luke. And I understand where Sean's coming from with that. You know, he's probably a little bit bitter with me because I lied to him, even though I was really trying to throw him off guard so he'd be expecting his gift. Because I, quite frankly, myself was expecting the PS3 to come in soon as well. You know, and it's, you know, something that I'm not happy about myself. But either way, I'm not going to be pushing myself, being that angry about it. I'm going to try to push forward. Because as soon as that console gets in, who's that? Oh. As soon as it comes in, Sean will have it. He'll be able to play it and be happy. Because that's all I care about. Man, I mean, he thinks that, you know, I'm kind of spoiled with my family. And that's not really the case. If I want something, I try myself to buy it. Like the Wii downstairs. We got it from Swoopo. We didn't pay that much for it. And that was because I was damn lucky to get it. Because, you know, the Wii does feature a lot of stuff with it that's classic. But, again, that's something, you know, me and my mom were lucky to grab. At such a reasonable price. Again, you know, you can't always, this is the thing, though, that the poetic justice, as you would call it, you know, this is the thing you gotta understand about life as well. You know, this is me being serious. Is if you grow an apple tree, don't expect oranges. Because you just rise your hopes up, it sometimes doesn't get there. You know, because you expect oranges out of an apple tree, that's obviously not going to happen. That's the most far-fetched thing I ever saw in my life. But if you put the patience and heart behind something, you can do something with yourself and do something with things around you. You know, that's with my friends, too. I have a lot of patience and a lot of charisma with them. But deep down inside, I don't feel very charismatic. I don't feel very passionate about myself sometimes. But you know what? My brother's there. My mother's there. My friends are there. I mean, definitely they're there. Because, you know, I mean, for a guy from Japan to spend so much money and ship this to me, that means a lot, you know. And Sean's is really grateful as well for this. You know, the effort, the time, and the corral behind all this. Because not in a million years would I ever expect to actually own one of these things, because you know what? Job's not really looking good right now. Never been looking good ever since I moved to this town, you know? And that's a sad thing, you know? You watch other people purchase stuff, and you just kind of look back at them and go, damn! You know, you expect yourself to get something like that. But that's where that child in me died. It made me realize one thing. You can't always get what you want. You have to work for it. Or you have to wait for it. Because sooner or later, some of your dreams come true with this. Especially something like this. Because this has been for a long time, too. I played a lot of games from Japan, like Soul Brain, which is the Japanese version of Shatterhand. That's one of the first Japanese games I ever played for the Famicom. Next to Chow Chow Land or something, what it was called. But then I sat at my brother's house, played his Famiclone, and that's when I knew I love this fucking console. You know, people say it's ugly. It's not ugly. If it's ugly, it doesn't mean it's no fun. This thing is fun as hell. I mean, shoot, this thing, a lot of people criticize this thing, I think, as well. It's like, you know, you can't criticize something that's fun. But, anywho, I'm gonna put this back up there for now. And plug my systems after I'm done with them. But, alright, again, guys, hope you guys got something out of this. If not, I'm sorry, but, again, I wish my brother a happy birthday once more. And I'm sorry that things did not quite turn out magical like there was, like, hopes were to be. And, you know, at least you got good friends out there in YouTube land that care about you, Sean, as well as your family. Because without your family, you just be another Joe on the street. VMAs make a unique identification tag to make you who you are. So, I mean, my brother already understands that, so it's common knowledge. But again, take it easy, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.